guys. Something happened. Oh, here. This is better. Well, hi, you guys. I'm slug hunting to show you. One of them was missing and it jumped my scenes around. How are you tonight? Oh, my goodness. Yes. It is good to be here. And, oh, man, just a new week. I need a reset on my week already. So give me a reset. Give me a virtual reset, everybody, and we will get moving here because I was upstairs talking to Bob. We were having dinner, and then I went, oh crap, it's 6 o'clock. I need to make sure I didn't have everything. Hello, Mr. Spider. Why have you come to play during my show? Oh, fiddle-dee-dee. Hang on just a sec. I gotta get rid of it. Tell him to go someplace else. Come here, buddy. You need to go someplace else. Yeah. All right. Spiders in my studio. Just what I didn't want. All right. He'll go someplace else. All right. How is everybody? Linda is here. Thanks, Linda, for being here. Yay. And then Larry is here. Larry sent some art in. Anybody else have last minute art to send in? I've got things from Tamara and Larry. If anybody else has something, email it to me. I can just yank it in. And then Susan's here. Hi, Susan. Yay, good. And Angie, how you doing, Angie? Angie, Larry, the sunshine. It came out that, oh, it's so nice. So nice. But yeah, it's good. Tamara, yeah, Tamara's here. Yay. Hey, everybody's saying hi to everybody. You guys just, I love it that you're just chatting with each other. Lupe's here? Where's Lupe? I know she's probably here someplace. Anyway, tonight I have one story for you, and it's a little bit longer story. We'll get to that, but we have some art to share, and as promised, I have the slugs. And see, that was the thing I was looking for. I was looking for one of the slugs, and I know because I was going to ask your opinion about what to do with him. But he slid away someplace. Not in there. Are there any more over there? Just let me look. No more slugs there. Oh, hang on. Hang on, I found the slugs. No, I didn't. No. Jeez. Okay. I know that there are about 4 or 5 more slugs someplace, and I can't remember where I set them. Oh well. It's Judge Sluggo got him. All right. So we're going to you guys you're just cracking me up. I'm cracking myself. The spider ate him. Yes, your slugs. Oh my gosh. I have no idea. How do you misplace painted slugs? I know where they are. Hang on. I know where they are. Just a sec. I know. What? Talk to yourselves amongst each other. Hang on. Let me do buddy. Oh, I don't have the be right back. But I'll be back. Hang on. Here, you can yeah. I'll be right back. I know where they are. the slugs. We're escaping. Trying to. Did I do that? What did I do? See? So we're gonna start over. Something crazy. See, now we can pretend we're starting over. I found the slugs. How did I do that? Oh my gosh, hang on. What is muted? Sound. Nope, that's okay. Whew. So I put the slugs. The reason I had to find these slugs were these are the poor art slugs. And I mean, you guys have to see these. All right, everybody. We're all together in a drying place. Slugs are us. Cue Jeopardy music. It's done and delivered. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I wonder how that happened that it went back to that other. I must have clicked it back so you could see that again. All right. Well, how about this instead? We'll start the show and tell. There we go. All right. So, first off, we have Larry's picture here. Larry says he's just practicing. Seriously? Just practicing? That's so awesome. I mean, look at the folds in her dress. All right, can I make her bigger? Did I lock her? Oh, I locked her. Hang on, so she wouldn't run away. Okay, I'll make it bigger. See, look at that. I'm gonna make it all big. Look at how the folds in the dress and everything. Oh my gosh, Larry. That's just precious. It is so good. And the little shoes. Oh my gosh, I love it. And the color. Every bit of it. Every bit of it. Okay, my question here, I'll come back on. How many layers did you have to do to get this? That's what I want to know. So it's sunny, absolutely sunny. So how many layers? I mean, did you? I know it's watercolor, so you had to do some layers to get this, but geez, or you probably didn't count the layers, but yeah. You can see the wind blowing. Yeah, Susan, exactly. You can see the wind blowing. Yay. It is so awesome. Unknown amount of layers. Yeah, probably did not. I'm just exactly. I'm transfixed. Linda says it all for all of us. It is really, really beautiful. Okay, let's see. And next we have Tamra's, I think. Yes, okay. So Tamra said, I've sent a painting I did on the weekend. Not finished yet. It is acrylic on 45-inch square canvas. Then it played with some mirror images. I had this in mind when I was doing the painting. So here's the first one of it. Yeah, it is definitely an ooh. So pretty. Now, Tamara, did you really the colors, the using acrylic, did you water them down? Were they fairly thin, or because they're almost like translucent in some ways. You got that transparency, translucency aspect to it. So you must have watered them down to a good degree? Oh, so it's a winner. Okay. She hasn't said any yet. She'll tell us. So she said that, and that's that one, the first one. Then she has this one where, okay, I'm going to cut off her words so we can see them, see the pictures. And here she flipped them. I like the one where they're facing each other. Although has this interesting face in the middle, kind of like the mask from the for theater, the happy or the jester type mask that is in theater, the happy and sad, or tragedy and what is it? What are those two masks named? I can't remember. Oh my goodness, so pretty. But I personally like the facing one together better. Okay, that's me. Then she has this one. Oh, a wider view. Let me get me out of there. Beautiful. So pretty. And from there, I think there's this one. This one. Oh my goodness. Dry brushing. Oh, dry brushing on canvas. Okay. Got it. All right. I love it. Pretty aliens. Yeah. You see an elephant in the tree? In this one? In this last one? Cow face in the... Oh, so you might be talking about this one here. A cow face in the middle. Somebody saw an elephant in a tree. No wonder we had such fun in the 60s and 70s. Whoa. Oh, they are just absolutely gorgeous. Two people, lots of faces. I like them facing. Yeah, animal face, cow face with trees, tragedy and comedy. Thank you, Larry. Tragedy and comedy. Goddess. That is the original. This last one is the original. That's right. She said that in her email. I hope your back is better. Tamara hurt her back yesterday, her lower back, rolling a large rock. Girl, I didn't like it in the place it was. Rocks, not meant to be. Yeah. Crazy. Goddess on the left side. On fire when Tamara does this. Yes, exactly. The canvas has texturing. Oh, interesting. So this is, I'm going to make this larger so you can see. Wow. Absolutely gorgeous, Tamara. Okay, so then now we're going to the slugs. All right, so hopefully, let me pull up camo here and I can get it to focus in on them a little bit closer. So you've seen some of these. This is some of the early ones that I did. There's an abundance of slugs. So I'm going to show you the tarts ones too. These are the early ones, one of the first ones. This is the bubble one. This one needs a couple little details left. It needs some center in some of the small flowers, but it's just a flower and leaves. And this guy just got done today. Okay. Can you see Frankenslime? Okay, he's got the little purple jacket on. He's got a pocket in his jacket. He's got black kind of pants with patches. He's got his green skin. He's got the little stitches and marks, his face. And then Bob put bolts in the side for his head for me. And he's Frankenslime. So he just got finished today. That one's pretty good. Then Larry, I took your advice on the slug bugs. And the slug bug became primary slug bugs going this direction down the highway. Blue, red, and yellow. And on the other side, coming the other way, we have pink, green, and lavender. And then the double yellow lines down the back. And a stoplight right there. So that's the slug bug highway. That's that one. This, I think I showed you, the Kandinsky one. I might have. Yeah, I did. I showed it. This is, it's got the heart there, and I did the Kandinsky in black and white. I think I showed you pictures of that one. These are some of the early ones. This is the bugs in the garden. Oh, I still need to paint. Oh, I've got the Posca pens now. I can paint these guys. It was hard to paint the tiny little things, some of them with the acrylic. So I've got some Posca pens and my acrylic markers. So I'm going to go back and do these. I need to finish that one. I'll put it over in the group to be finished. This is just a flower garden. I thought about outlining the flowers, but I think I'm going to leave them on natural. Jen's going to dip them in resin. I actually am probably going to try to dip a couple of them in resin to see how they go. And it works. My neurographic slug. It's got some of the acrylic was starting to peel. So that's a neurographic slug. Got that one. This one was just a bunch of like leftover paint splotches, kind of like like a leaf pile, like he's hiding in the leaves. I don't know why he's got green on him, but I may have to touch that up a little bit. This one needs something to it. It's got silver. If anybody has an idea what I can do with this one, I haven't done the pirate slug yet, or if I'm going to do one, I may not. But this one needs something. I don't know what I had this glittery, silvery, and black and gray. I can always paint over it, but I kind of like to use that silver in some way. If somebody has an idea, for that. Okay, so those are my. Then this is the closest to a camo slug that I've got, Larry. This is a paint pour that I did that kind of got too dark, but he turned out pretty camo sluggish. If you can see. Yeah, there, you can see the colors. If I turn my little light on him. The colors there. He's actually got quite a lot of color. A slinky slug. Oh, I could do slinky black. Oh, that's wraps around. This one needs a touch up right there. This was another one that I poured a lot of bronze and it kind of went that way. So I went over it with some blue and I just like the way, here you can see the, come over here, lights, there. These guys take some. So there's that one. This one, here it is a good one, paint pour. I tried to do ribbon pouring There's that. Oh, this is this is a kind of a camel slug. That one's pretty good and camo-y. All right. So I did some paint pour slugs. I have one more I have to do here. This is going to be, it's going to have a big Google eye on it, and it's going to be a one-eyed. I've got to put a horn on it and some wings. One-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. So that one has to do. Okay, so those are those. Now let me show you the tarts ones because they're very cool too. Let me adjust my slugs. Adjusting the slugs. Kind of slide up there, guys. Get out of the way. Talking to slugs now. So any ideas on that silver one? Slinky Slug Kappa. Yeah. So fun. It is so fun, Angie. I just had a blast. I don't know if I don't know how I'm going to do wings for the flying purple people eater, if I'm going to try to paint wings on or not. So my husband had asked me if I would do leopard slugs, because we have leopard slugs up here. I didn't do them, but Judy did. Judy Cleghorn is an artist in my art group, and she did these two leopard slugs. Aren't they gorgeous? So she did those. A Tron slug. Oh my gosh, what a good idea. A cyborg. Oh my gosh, what a good idea. And then we had I can't remember. Patty did this. Anyway, dotted ones. So I have a couple of them with dots, just simple dots. And then this had little ladybugs on it and flowers. I thought that was really cute. I think Carla did that. She's doing a bunch more. And another one with hearts. This is truly a really elaborate one. This one. Okay. She put little fabric flowers on them. Painted it and then put fabric flowers on it. So cute. Here, this is, this is one that is just kind of gold and lavender, and then they dotted it down the back. Makes a cool slug. Another dotted one. That seemed to be a theme there. This one we have a purple. Oh, I did this one. That's right. I did this one. This one has just yellow flowers, purple night background. Needs something on its mouth. Has little silver stars on the back. Could just do some. I could do a moon there. Yeah, that's what I could do. Yay! That one needs a little bit of finish work. Here's another dotted one, kind of a little bit different. Oh, this is great. It's like a Christmas slug. I have one that just got painted blue. I need to finish that one. That's another finisher. And then these guys, okay. These guys, let me move these over here. There's one. Cindy did these. She put glitter and stuck Google eyes on them and all kinds of wonderful things. And then this one is gold glitter or copper glitter and gold and black and just beautiful, huh? Anyway, pretty cool. Those are the slugs. So there's really not that many that need touch-ups. A couple of them, that kind of thing. Finishing them up, and they're going to be done. Blue suede slug. Oh, that one. This one could be a blue suede slug. I wonder if I can do Elvis. That would be hilarious. He might turn out looking like the Frankenstein, though. You could do bones and do a Dios de los Muertos. Yes. Oh, I could do some Dia de los Muertos on that. Oh, I could do that on this silver one. That would be good. Yeah. Oh, good idea. Which one was your favorite, Angie? Where do I get the slug blanks? My niece made 500 of those, Susan. She made them, some looking up, like this one looks up, and some with curled tails, like this. So Jen made them out of that air dry clay. She made 500 of them. Yep. Could you imagine? They were all over her living room. So I think I have, and then Carla has 5 more at home, and Dee has 2. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. And then 7 more. We have 38 slugs. Yay! So that's how many the tarts and I did. And so, yay, it's going to work out for Jen. I'm so glad. And I have to get him to her this weekend, coming up weekend. So, but I'm kind of thrilled with Frankenstein, because I had this vision of how he was supposed to look, and he turned out pretty much so close to it. And which is rare for me to have a vision of how my artwork is going to turn out, and this was just kind of fun. It's got little buttons on his waistcoat. You know how Frankenstein had that purple coat and was tattered, but he didn't have sleeves, and his pants have patches. But yeah. Anyway, that's it for the slugs. Let's see. Okay, now give me half a second to clear the desk of slugs. There we go. A bit, so that I can talk to you guys, can read, because they're staring at me. But it's good. So I didn't know if I would get everybody to get them all done. At our tarts group tomorrow, I think Cindy is bringing wires and stuff and teaching people some jewelry wiring and stuff like that, which probably not something I need to learn to do, but sounds like fun, as if I need another thing. And then Carla's going to bring hers, and then I'll have them pretty much, and I'm going to test resining them for Jen. I have some resin that I can dip them. We'll see how that goes. I've never resined before, so what the heck. And of course, she hasn't either. But she's okay. I should not say that. Jen was an art major, and is a very fine artist, and she has been an art, not only taught a lot of other things, but she's taught art, and she's very good at what she does. But who knows what it'll be. But yeah. But Larry, again, thank you for the tip on that, on the idea on the slug bug, because it turned out really cute with this, like the road. They even have little puffs of air coming out of their exhaust. got a little carried away. Oh my gosh. All right. And they're not hard to make. That she just basically ended up, it was just like taking a roll of it and then squishing and then thumbprinting for the head and making it flat and doing a little bit of pinching like this for the back, and you end up with a slug. It's one of those things. Did I tell you guys the good news about my grandnephew? Did I tell you about my news about my grandnephew? He got an appointment to West Point. Yeah. He lives in Bend. He got the call from their senator or congressman or whoever, and then he got the letter from West Point that he has been accepted to the class. And now he has to decide if that's where he wants to go. He's also been accepted at Gonzaga and OSU, but I'm thinking he might be interesting. I think it'd be good for him. He's an amazing kid. Top wrestler in the state of Oregon and top grades and all that kind of stuff. So Ryland, yay. Congratulations, Ryland. Anyway, don't dip. Don't dip them like a traveling flat Stanley a few decades ago. Just wipe on the resin with your rubber glove. They make a resin covering for surfaces in a thin layer. Oh, they make a resin for covering surfaces in a thin layer. Congratulations. Thanks. Okay. Oh, what's the purpose of the 500 slugs? So let's see if I can find it. Maple Valley Arts Alliance. Let's see if I can find it. Art Fest. So they have in Maple Valley, they have a where Jen lives. They have the Maple Valley Arts Alliance, and they do this art fest and every spring. And what they're doing to this the second year, they have a slug hunt. So it's a fundraiser to do art projects for the community and for let's see, Maple Valley Creative Arts Council. Is that it? I think. Okay. Art is every. Yes. So here, I'm gonna pull you back over to. Let's see if I can go to my page where I was here and show you, not that, but show you a screen share, a source screen share. Nope, no, not that. I don't want to show that. I want to show, come on. Nope. Secondary display. It's not showing. Well, fiddle. Like, here. Oh, I know what I'll do. Here. Right here. Okay. So this is what it is. They have a video of me doing it. This is the Maple Valley Creative Arts Council, and they do a slug hunt on April 27th. Upcoming slug hunt at the Legacy site. Same place as the Maple Valley Farmers Market. Hunting licenses are on sale now at maplevalleyarts.com. Credit for this little vid goes to Images by Gretchen. I did a little video, and you can see what I did that. And anyway, it's a fundraiser. So you buy them for $25 a piece. And then you get to go hunt a slug. And that's that, which is pretty cool, you know. And then they have money for doing all kinds of art things for the community and art projects and fund that. So Jen's the co-chair for the whole thing, so that's what she's doing. That's what. Long story short, better a Facebook page. Don't dip. Okay. It's Resenbrand. It's Let's Resenbrand. Is a fox involved? Anyway, that's that. But tonight, I have a story for you. And we've all had, fairy tales, classic stories like that, and different kind of things. There's been retellings all the way. It's just when someone does a retelling and does the artwork so extraordinarily wonderfully that I had to share it. And I've shared work by Jerry Pinkney before, but I wanted to share what he says right here. Is a note from the artist. And we lost Jerry Pinkney in 2021. But this is what he said. I have been ruminating on adapting Puss in Boots. Oops, I got the wrong thing. You got the wrong camera going there. There we go. I've been ruminating on adapting Puss in Boots for some time. Deeply fascinated with this classic fairy tale. The idea of a talking cat dressed in dapper boots and standing upright excited and tested my visual sensibilities. Puss in Boots by Charles Perrault was published in France in 1697, then translated and published in England in 1729. I staged my reimagining in France at the time of the story's English edition. I used Cole's best-loved folk tales of the world and Lang's The Blue Fairy Book with its black and white illustrations as a source for early versions. It very well could have been those early drawings that led me to make Puss a black and white silver tabby British short hair. I then went about borrowing as many illustrated versions of Puss in Boots at my local library could locate. The exact tally I did not keep, but I'm positive the books numbered more than 20. The reviewing of the wide range of interpretations heightened my desire to adapt the tale through my personal lens. Those books were the beginning of a stream of inspiration that caused me to be more inventive. The next step was the search for visual reference on France at the time period. Its costuming, mills, castles, horse-drawn coaches, and landscapes. Oh, how I marveled at the over-the-top fashion and gardens, the majestic scale of the buildings. With all in place, I began my sketching and reworking of the text. The process went back and forth between the two, each step molding my version for this time-honored tale. I expanded the story to have the king give Puss a feathered hat in appreciation of the cat's gifts, thus strengthening their relationship. And my favorite section, at first daunting and thus a fuel for my creative juices, was the ogre's transformation from bear to deer to mouse. I chose creatures native to France and included a fold out for a cinematic feel. I don't know if we'll see the fold out. In deciding to end the story with Puss receiving the honorable title of ambassador, I have given him the status that he alone deserved, and I hinted on the back end papers at future adventures that I hope will inspire my readers' own big imaginations. So, and then he has a note in here to his grandchildren that I can't read because the text type is such a way this is hard enough type to read, and that's why I'm going to read it in Libby because it's on a black background and I can see it better. But I wanted to share that about his inspiration for the artwork in this and the research that he did. And I mean, it fascinates me that he went back so far. I mean, and the story was written in the 1600s, 1697. And then that he went back to the time and researched France to the point of researching the type of animals that would have been there, the costumes, everything, and looking at all the other different versions of it. I just thought that was such a not only a way to honor the book, but such a great way to gather inspiration. And, you know, there's times when I'm really, really stuck for inspiration on some things. And I realize I have sources of amazing photography books around here, and I don't often enough go to them. So that's one of the things that with this encouragement by Jerry Pinkney reminds me to go to some sources and to get some inspiration. And that's why I so appreciate when you guys send in your artwork and the inspiration that it gives me for doing other new things. And it gives all of us. So with that crazy monologue of mine, Le Chat Bouche, we are going to read Puss in Boots by reimagined by Jerry Pinkney. And let me get to the right. There we go. Yes. So you can see already the details. Fortunately, you guys will have lots of times to look at the pictures because the pages have got some fair amount of heavy text. But look at this. Look at the watermill and the boat. This is the end paper in the front. Puss in Boots, Jerry Pinkney. Nestled in the hills of a quaint village sat a grain mill. The miller had 3 hard-working sons, a donkey and a cat. When the miller died, his belongings were divided in this order. The oldest son received the mill, the middle son, the donkey, and the youngest, named Benjamin, got the cat. This worried Benjamin enormously. Just how can I make my way in this life, he sighed, with only a cat? The cat overheard. Have some boots made for me, he said, and give me a strong sack with a drawstring. I just might be able to help you find your fortune. Benjamin knew his cat to be clever, and so he agreed. How gallant the cat looked in his boots, standing upright on his hind legs. From that day on, Benjamin called him Puss in Boots. Now, Puss went about filling the sack with cabbage leaves and carrots, then hauled it into the deep woods, where he knew there was an abundance of rabbits. Did I miss a page? Did something? Oh, no. Where he knew there was an abundance of rabbits. He laid down a trail of bite-sized bits, stretched out as though he were dead, and waited. Before long, they came, one hop at a time. One foolish rabbit took the bait and jumped right into the sack. Instantly, Puss pulled the strings, knotted them, and headed for the king's castle. He knew that a fresh rabbit was just the right present to offer the king, and a way of introduction. Once inside the royal chambers, Puss bowed and placed the rabbit at the king's feet. I have brought your majesty a gift from my young master, the Count of Catabaz, with his compliments. "Tell your count I gladly accept," the king responded. "It will make for a delicious meal." Look at the buckle on the king's shoe, even. The following day, Puss went hunting again. He knew there where the partridge fed. This time he hung by his ankles in a tree with the sack's drawstring in his paws and kernels of corn as bait. Again, with great patience, he waited. When before long he had caught a partridge, Puss returned to the castle to delight of the king. Puss continued to surprise the king with gifts. One day a rabbit, the next day a partridge, one day a fish, the next day a pheasant. And so it went until the king sent gold in gratitude to the Count of Katabas and had a special feathered hat made for Puss. One day as he was leaving, Puss saw the king's men preparing to take his majesty and the princess for a carriage outing. Right then, Puss hatched a plan. Rushing home, he said to Benjamin, "If you do as I suggest, more fortune will come to you. First, go wash off the dust of the day in the river. Leave the rest to me." And Benjamin did just as Puss asked. After all, had his cat not supplied enough gold for him to provide for himself and to even keep his brothers? While Benjamin was bathing, Puss proceeded to hide his master's clothing in a hollow tree. No sooner were they hidden than the king's carriage approached. Whoops, hang on. Something happened there. Just a sec, guys. The book jumped out of... There it is. I'm coming back. There it is. Sorry about that. I must have hit my... And the king's approach. King's carriage approach. Look at the hat. The feathered hat. "Help! Help!" the cat cried out. "My lord went for a swim," Puss told the king and his coachman, "and the thieves came and stole his clothes. Now the count is in the water and he can't get out. If he stays in much longer, he will freeze." Immediately, the king commanded his coachman to rescue the count. Benjamin didn't know what his cat was up to, but he played along. The king's young daughter sent a footman back to the palace to fetch clothing fit for the lord, and soon Benjamin was out of the river and outfitted in fine garments. He felt grand, especially when he was invited to join the king and princess for the rest of their outing. And this pleased Princess Daniela very much, for now she would have someone her age to talk with. In the meantime, the cat, pleased that his plan was succeeding, went ahead of them until he came to a dense forest. He knew these lands belonged to the rich and evil sorcerer. When he met up with the countrymen who were clearing away tall trees, he spoke to them in the name of this sorcerer. "The king's carriage will be passing by soon," said he. "If you do not tell the king that this forest belongs to the Count of Katabas, you will be ground up and made into sausage." The woodsmen bowed their heads, and trembling, they all agreed. Soon the carriage passed by, and the king called out to the woodsmen, "To whom does this vast forest belong?" "The Count of Katabas," they all answered. Meanwhile, Puss, running ahead, met with a group of reapers. The king's carriage will be passing by soon, said he in the name of the sorcerer. If you do not tell the king that these fields of wheat belong to the Count of Catabas, you shall be ground up and made into sausage. Then off he ran. Moments later, the carriage passed by. Who owns all this land and its golden crop? Called out the king. With shaky voices, the reapers all shouted, the Count of Catabas. Puss soon came to a large estate where the sorcerer dwelled. After passing over a drawbridge, he entered the castle's courtyard with its lush grounds. There he spotted many industrious gardeners. The king's carriage will be arriving here soon, said he in the name of the sorcerer. If you do not tell the king that these flowers bloom for the Count of Catabas, you shall be ground up and made into sausage. Then Puss marched up the stairs right into the sorcerer's chambers. Bowing, the cunning cat said, I've heard you have great powers. And the sorcerer sneered. Beyond all that you can imagine, he crowed with a laugh that rattled everything on his table. Convince me, Puss responded. I can turn myself into any animal I choose, boasted the sorcerer. And with that, he let out a ferocious growl, leaped into the air, and became a great bear. Oh my goodness. This must be the centerfold picture in the whole book. That would make sense, unless that's the fold out. That could be the fold out. Wow. Look at the parrot and the food, the details in the chair. Look at even the claws. That's how. Good grizzly. Puss was terrified, but after gathering his wits, he said, A bear is so much like you, great sorcerer. The bear is strong and fearless. How about something graceful and lean? Can you turn yourself into a deer? Oh, that's easy, snorted the sorcerer. Oh, how high that deer sprang before the sorcerer turned back into himself. Just a second. There. Ha. Amazing, Puss exclaimed. But do you have the power to change yourself into the smallest and weakest of animals, like, say, a mouse? The flattery had made the sorcerer quite silly. Dear cat, he said, just watch. Instantly, a squeak was heard, and before the sorcerer could scurry out of the room on his tiny mouse paws, Puss had gobbled him right up. Look at the shadows. Oh my goodness. Just about the time the king's carriage crossed the drawbridge and entered the magnificent castle garden, My countrymen, the king called out, to whom does this enchanting place belong? The Count of Catabas, they told him, tossing bouquets. As the carriage arrived at the staircase up to the grandest of castles, even larger and more magnificent than the king's own palace, Count Catabas climbed out to escort the princess and the king inside. When Puss saw them, he knew that his work was done. Your Majesty, the cat announced, you have arrived at the castle of my master, Count Catbas. Puss led them into the great hall, which glittered with gold and precious jewels. That day, the king decreed that the princess would become the Countess of Catbas. Soon bells were ringing throughout the entire countryside, announcing the royal wedding. The very next day, His Majesty, the king, bestowed on Puss in Boots the royal title of Prime Minister. Puss never chased mice again. That is, never except for his own amusement. And that's it. I think it was Count Carabas, but I saw Catabas on the first time, and so that's what I read through the whole thing. Oh, well. What'd you think? The artwork is like the fairy tales of old. Exactly, because that's what he said. He said he used Cole's Best Loved Fairy Tales of the World and Lang's The Blue Fairy Book, which, if I remember correctly, which I may not, but let me go this to there and, oops, hang on. Oh, okay, nope. Go back to here. I was trying to find something here. Go back. There. Back to live mode. There we go. Okay, let's see if I can find this. The Blue Fairy Book. The Blue Fairy Book came out. Andrew Lang. Originally published in 1889. The Blue Fairy Book. And the other one was The Best Loved Folktales of the World. Best Loved Folktales of the World. And that one, Best Loved Folktales of the World, overview by, it was published in 1982. Is it Coles? Did he say he did Coles? Best Loved Folk. Yes, Coles. That one came out in 1982, but the Blue Fairy Book came out in 1889. So that's, I mean, it's amazing to go back and to use all of those type of things. Yes. Very cool. Wonderful book. It is great. Just very clever kitty. Very clever kitty. And pretty amazing artwork. Just the details that he went into. He also did, let's go look at some other work. There. This is a book he did with Nikki Grimes and Brian Pinkney, his son. It was a book that he was writing, I think. This remarkable picture book is Brian Pinkney completed the unfinished drawings of his father. That's right. I read that book for you guys, Walk in the Woods. And there's Nikki. Just Jerry. How Drawing Shaped My Life. A memoir by Caldecott medalist Jerry Pinkney. I haven't read that. That looks like a good one. But his books, if I can find it, his works. There. See, he's done the Three Billy Goats Gruff. He did the Little Mermaid. Three Billy Goats Gruff. That's right. There it is again. Puss in Boots. Three Little Mittens. Little Red Riding Hood. The All I'll Ever Want Christmas Doll. Lion and the Mouse, which Lion and the Mouse was a Caldecott winner. Tortoise and the Hare. He really did a great job. Ugly Duckling, I remember that one. I've read a lot of his books. Aesop's Fables to you guys. Ricky Tikki Tavi is one of my favorite that he did. Tanya's yeah, beautiful, beautiful books. Starlight Somersault Downhill. His Dry Long So. Oh my gosh. Some of these, I look back at this. I think I read you. Did I read you The Talking Eggs? I might have read that at one time. That's a wonderful book. That was a Caldecott honor book. And Wild Wild Sunflower Child, Anna. He did the pictures for this. This was done by my friend Jessie Bear. Jessie Bear, What Will You Wear? Jessie Bear. It's by Nancy White Carlstrom. Yes. And Nancy used to own the children's library, the bookstore here at the Secret Garden Bookstore in Seattle when it was on Green Lake. And then she moved to Alaska and sold it to Patchwork Quilt. You see, his work just, look at all of those. I just keep. So you even look at the covers, you can see 100 books in plain sight. Grasshopper and the Ants. So fairy tales were one. Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. He's just done some amazing books, but I remember The Lion and the Mouse is quite a beautiful book. Ain't Nobody a Stranger to Me. Oh, wow. Oh, The Nightingale. Hans Christian Andersen's book, too. So good. Anyway, Jerry Pinkney, just, I think wouldn't it be, I can understand, if you were doing that kind of, it fits really well, Larry, I think, with the kind of watercolor the watercolor you showed today. Let's see, where's Larry's? So, see Larry's watercolor? That would fit so well with the type of artwork that was in that. So, yeah, Larry, I think, yep. There's a spot to be filled, Larry. Yep, I think so. Anyway, it is a wonderful book. He did a really good job of the retell, I think, of the story, and then just the illustrations, the deep research that it takes to do something like that he did to do that. It's just amazing. So that's the only book I have for you tonight, because we did all the art. I was showing off the slugs. I knew that was going to take some time, and that this was a longer book, and I wanted to spend a little more time on author and illustrator Jerry Pinkney. His legacy lives on in his son Brian, but his artwork is fabulous. Ooh, what's this book? The Old African. I haven't read that. 2005. See, there's a fair number of books. A lot of these books, some of them, when my school district cut off all funds for books for the library, they gave me zero budget. And the only budget I had was what I earned in a Scholastic book fair. And so I put on these huge book fairs, and I made a lot of money. But the way Scholastic book fairs went was, if you took the profits in books from Scholastic, you could double the amount of money that you. So if I made $7,000 on a book fair, which was not hard to do, I could get $14,000 in books from Scholastic. And so, but it was limited to the Scholastic catalog. So for the last few years, I only got books through the Scholastic catalog. And sometimes they didn't have these. And, so I missed out on getting some of these really great ones. So now I get to share them with you, though. Find them in the library. All right, you guys, sweet dreams, Susan, and I'm going to sign off this time. Hopefully, I will push the right button to go to the next scene rather than to end like I did the other night. Just dunk. So, everybody, keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. It's all around you. But the first place you'll find it is when you go look in the mirror. And I look forward to being back here with you on Thursday. Until then, have a great week, everybody. Take care.
In the heat of the night, we could get lost in all the lights and sounds. Feeling alright, we won't go home, we will just stay here downtown. There's not just stars on the boulevard, they're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards, I just need you by my side. We could be shameless, famous, running cool, with a love that leaves us weightless. Ooh, drop dead gorgeous, wow. Ooh, you got me feeling starstruck too. We could be famous, we could be famous. You blow my mind, looking like a model, better than the usual. Yeah, you don't even try, not average or typical. I put you on a pedestal. There's not just stars on the boulevard, they're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards, I just need you by my side. We could be shameless, famous, running cool, with a love that leaves us weightless. Ooh, drop dead gorgeous, wow. Ooh, you got me feeling starstruck too. We could be famous, we could be